Captain Sig Hansen, along with co-captain and daughter Mandy, turned their sights to the $5.5 million gray cod fishery for the first time in nearly 2 decades.
On our way out, we're ready to start our second trip here. So we got offloaded, fueled, and we're gonna go. We need to get out of here. Turn around.
While reality TV often showcases tales of love and drama, few shows offer a glimpse into the harsh realities of life at sea, quite like Deadliest Catch. For nearly 2 decades, this gripping series has captivated audiences with its raw portrayal of the high-stakes world of commercial crab fishing in the Bering Sea. But beyond the captivating footage of towering waves and icy winds lies a deeper, tragic story marked by loss and the harsh realities of life on the edge of survival. What led to these tragedies? And how did these fearless captains and crew members brave such perilous conditions? Join us as we dive into the harsh reality of how the Alaskan Sea claimed another captain, Jake Anderson. The fishermen on Deadliest Catch are not the only ones on the water. They look like they're alone in the ocean when you watch episodes of Deadliest Catch. It's not really like that, but the reality TV show makes it seem like they live alone. There isn't likely to be just one boat in the water. Instead, there are hundreds of ships coming and going in the same area. It is, after all, business fishing, and getting as many crabs as possible will make you money. There's a lot of competition on the water, so businesses won't let a few boats take all the good hauls. The other contestants are not shown on the Discovery show. Jake Anderson has been through a lot of things that have changed his life. It must be hard to put your life at risk for a TV show. Because things are so bad, there's a real chance they won't come back at all. But that's nothing compared to the terrible things Jake Anderson has been through. The Saga captain had a problem with drugs in the past, and he lived on the streets for 2 years. He's also been able to get through some terrible things that have happened in his family. Anderson found out that his sister had died suddenly during Season 5 of Deadliest Catch. Then, just 1 year later, the captain found out that his father had died when he went missing, and his body was found in his truck while Anderson was at work. Joshua Warner. When Joshua Tell Warner went on Deadliest Catch, his criminal past caught up with him. If someone steals from banks a lot, you might think they'd hide. James Tell Warner, not Joshua. Joshua was too interested in being on TV to pass up the chance to be on Deadliest Catch in 2009 because he was so famous now. He wasn't held for long. The fisherman was thought to have pulled off a theft in 2007, and another one in 2009. Warner even told a crew member that being on the show wouldn't help clear up his violent past. Warner was recognized by police from Deadliest Catch, and he was arrested in 2010 for allegedly taking part in bank thefts. Warner was given 9.5 years in jail and was not seen on TV or in movies. Facts only huge fans know about Deadliest Catch, Captain Sig Hansen. With the name, face, and even the voice that has become synonymous with Deadliest Catch, Captain Sig Hansen's larger-than-life personality has made him a full-blown celebrity. Having been involved with the series since the first episode aired on April 12, 2005, Sig also dove right into the promotional side of the show, never shying away from Deadliest Catch adjacent shows like After the Catch and The Bait, and even appearances on Today with Hoda Kotb and Live with Kelly and Michael. Born Sigurd Johnny Hansen on April 28, 1966, in Seattle, Washington, Sig was destined for fishing. For this fourth-generation fisherman, whose life on deck began at 14 years old in 1979, terms like reality TV and docuseries weren't even part of the vocabulary, and celebrity was so far from the realm of possibilities for a crab fisherman. After succeeding his father as the Northwestern's captain at only 24, Sig led younger brothers Norman and Edgar to the top of the Alaskan crabbing fleet, a dream for his Norwegian immigrant father, Sverre Hansen. Now, the patriarch of the Hansen family, Sig has in his own hard-nosed way nurtured young skippers like Jake Anderson, Sean Dwyer, and the fifth generation of Hansen crabbers, daughter Mandy Hansen. Mandy named her daughter Sailor, so we could very well see a sixth generation soon enough. Deadliest Catch films so much of Sig's life that he's had a heart attack, mourned the loss of friends, and witnessed deckhand Clark Peterson propose to daughter Mandy. As for what you might be missing, here are some facts only huge fans know about Deadliest Catch, Captain Sig Hansen. What separates the Hansen family from the rest is that Sig's father and grandfather actually pioneered opilio crab, also known as show crab fishing in Alaska. By prospecting for opilio in uncharted Bering Sea waters, they gave every other boat in the fleet a whole new season of fishing. Because of this, fans now see that each Deadliest Catch season is broken up into a king crab fishing season, the infrequent Beardy crab season, and the deadliest of them all, the opilio crab season. After immigrating to America from Karmøy, Norway in 1958, Sverre Hansen and his father Sigurd, whom Sig is named after, just wanted to keep their boat fishing, and have since made Sig and the rest of the fleet millions of dollars each opilio season. During Captain Phil's stroke, Captain Phil Harris wanted the cameras to keep running during his stroke. Captain Phil Harris had a stroke during Season 6. The captain didn't want the cameras to stop, even though he knew how bad it was. He knew that the film crew was there to tell a story, and that the story included his medical situation. It was important for Harris to know that the story had to end, so the camera group kept shooting while Harris was being flown to safety. When Captain Harris was in the hospital in Anchorage, Alaska, he had emergency surgery on his head. Seemed to be recovering amazingly quickly. Harris had a stroke a few days later, but he died soon after from a brain bleed. His family, friends, and Deadliest Catch fans were saddened by his death. The real danger behind Deadliest Catch. While Deadliest Catch showcases the extreme and often life-threatening world of Alaskan crab fishing, what many don't realize is that the camera crew behind the scenes face equally harrowing conditions. It's not just the fishermen who risk their lives to bring the show to life. Discovery Channel sends 2 dedicated camera teams to stay on board with the crews for weeks at a time, often up to 5 weeks per rotation, without the option to step off the boat. Unlike film crews on other reality shows who can take breaks or swap shifts, Deadliest Catch cameramen are fully immersed in the brutal lifestyle of the fishermen they follow. Over a 6-month filming season, they endure freezing temperatures, dangerous seas, and the same physical exhaustion as the crew. For weeks on end, these production teams live shoulder to shoulder with the fishermen, working around the clock in one of the most hazardous environments on Earth. Despite these intense conditions, there's one advantage that Deadliest Catch fishermen have over their real-world counterparts. They don't have to worry about hitting catch limits. In most commercial fishing operations, crews are expected to meet specific quotas. Falling short could mean reduced pay or even job loss. But for the fishermen featured on the show, catching crabs isn't the only goal. Many of them make more money from participating in the show itself than from the actual harvest. This gives them the freedom to operate without the pressure of strict quotas, allowing them to fish more freely and even undercut competing boats in pricing. While this may ruffle feathers in the broader fishing community, it highlights how the show has created a unique hybrid of entertainment and commercial industry. Even so, Deadliest Catch remains grounded in reality, especially when it comes to the forces of nature. One of the most overlooked but powerful elements of the job is the moon. It might sound strange, but experienced captains know just how much influence the moon has on the tides and, by extension, their lives at sea. The gravitational pull of the moon directly affects the rise and fall of ocean tides. The stronger the pull, the rougher the seas. During events like the 2018 supermoon, these effects were amplified dramatically. Jake Anderson described the water that night as pain, and seasoned Captain Wild Bill admitted he was genuinely frightened. The waves were massive, unpredictable, and violent, so much so that there were fears someone might be seriously injured. Fortunately, the crew made it through, but it was a stark reminder of how even celestial events can bring added danger to an already perilous job. However, the most pressing and ongoing threat the crews now face is one they can't control or anticipate easily: the environment. Climate change is directly affecting the crab fishing industry, and Deadliest Catch has been forced to evolve with it. The waters off the coast of Alaska are getting warmer, which is causing crab populations to migrate to deeper and more remote areas of the ocean. This means fishing boats must travel farther out to sea, exposing crews to even more treacherous conditions. Not only are these waters more dangerous, but they also place the boats far from emergency assistance. Storms in these areas are more severe, unpredictable, and frequent. According to the show's chief director, environmental changes are now one of the biggest challenges facing the cast and crew. While Deadliest Catch avoids making political statements, the impact of climate change on their operations is undeniable, and it's putting everyone involved in greater danger than ever before. With all these risks, one might wonder how the show keeps its gripping, edge-of-your-seat pace. Some critics have pointed out that not everything viewers see is entirely raw or spontaneous. While the most dangerous moments, like hauling pots in stormy seas, are absolutely real and can only be filmed once, other scenes are occasionally reshot to get better angles or cleaner audio. Like many reality shows, Deadliest Catch may stage or refilm certain non-critical moments to enhance storytelling. Some even speculate that minor dramas or conflicts are played up or loosely scripted to make episodes more engaging. Of course, this raises questions about authenticity, but it doesn't take away from the very real risks everyone faces. After all, no amount of planning or scripting can fake the sheer force of the ocean or the deadly unpredictability of life aboard a crab fishing vessel. Ultimately, Deadliest Catch stands apart not just because of the intense job it captures, but because of the dedication of everyone involved, from the fishermen to the film crew. It's a rare reality show where the dangers are real, the stakes are high, and every day is a gamble against nature. The fishermen risk their lives for their catch, but the camera crew risks theirs just to show us the story. Whether it's battling 40-foot waves during a supermoon, chasing crabs to the ends of the earth, or enduring 6 months without a break, Deadliest Catch is as real as reality TV gets, both in front of and behind the lens. Alaska workers earn less than $7,000 in latest Deadliest Catch. Alaskan king crab fishing is carried out during the fall in the waters off the coast of Alaska and the Aleutian Islands. The commercial catch is shipped worldwide. Large numbers of king crab are also caught in Russian and international waters. Alaskans made less than $7,000 working on the latest season of Discovery's Deadliest Catch, according to paperwork filed by the Alaska Film Office. Out-of-state workers earned $1.3 million, the Film Office says. The salary numbers represent wages for 8 Alaskan crew members on the series and 35 non-Alaskan workers, according to a film subsidy application approved Wednesday by the state. Producers for Season 8, of the crab fishing reality show, a series that began offering generous public subsidies for TV and film projects, are receiving about $691,000 in state incentives. The producers reported spending about $285,000 on in-state shipping and transportation, and $231,000 on food and lodging. Alaska residents earned $44,000 working on Season 7 of Deadliest Catch, compared to $1.3 million paid to non-Alaska residents. The state awarded the show $786,000 in subsidies that year. Since 2005, when the crab fishery began operating under a slower-paced catch-share system, one life has been lost in the Bering Sea. There have been no vessel sinkings. Prior to catch shares, hundreds of boats would race to load up with Bering Sea crab in wild winter fisheries lasting mere days or weeks. Now, each vessel has a set amount of crabs to catch during extended seasons. Alaskan crab fishing is very dangerous, and the fatality rate among the fishermen is about 80 times the fatality rate of the average worker. It is suggested that, on average, one crab fisherman dies weekly during the seasons. The improved safety is black and white, said veteran crabber Bill Prout of Kodiak, noted that it's so much better and that they can wait for good weather. He also claimed that it's really paying off in saved lives. Third-generation crabber Lance Farr of Seattle said sleep deprivation is no longer an issue in the famous crab fisheries. The Catch Share program has done what it was intended to do, Farr said. It's made it safer. Longtime crab skipper Cale Garcia agreed that she knows they'll have to keep all the drama for Hollywood. But the reality is, the Bering Sea crabbers have gone from the deadliest catch to the safest catch. The Bering Sea crab fleet is also more organized, having established an association called the Alaska Bering Sea Crabbers, an alliance that represents all crab fisheries of the Bering Sea and Aleutian Islands. Behind the scenes of Deadliest Catch, untold stories and hidden truths. While Deadliest Catch is known for its gripping sea adventures and life-or-death moments aboard crab fishing vessels, there's a treasure trove of lesser-known facts and behind-the-scenes drama that only the most dedicated fans might be aware of. From shifting voiceovers and tragic losses to feuds, legal issues, and near-death experiences, the series has seen its fair share of storms both on and off the deck. Here's a deep dive into the untold stories that have shaped Deadliest Catch into one of the most compelling reality shows on television. The voice behind the danger. In the United States, viewers instantly recognize Mike Rowe's distinctive voice narrating the highs and lows of the crab fishing season. His storytelling style adds gravitas and authenticity to the show. But what many people don't realize is that Rowe is not the voice of Deadliest Catch worldwide. International versions of the show feature different voice actors, chosen to better connect with regional audiences. In the UK, viewers hear the narration from Bill Petrie, while in Malaysia, it's Nasser Balkan who brings the Bering Sea's chaos to life. The producers intentionally made this choice, understanding that familiar voices in localized languages can create a stronger emotional connection with viewers. Although the crew speaks English on the show, adapting the narration ensures that the message, emotion, and intensity of the stories remain impactful across cultures. Given the show's global success, it's safe to say the strategy worked. High-quality footage comes at a high cost. One of the most stunning aspects of Deadliest Catch is its breathtaking cinematography. From sweeping shots of Arctic storms to close-ups of intense deck work, the show captures action in its rawest form. But these awe-inspiring shots come at a hefty price, literally. The production team reportedly goes through more than a dozen cameras each season. With saltwater constantly spraying, freezing temperatures, and strong winds, the harsh environment takes a toll on equipment. Cameras get soaked, knocked around, and sometimes even fall overboard. Each season yields around 30,000 hours of footage, which editors must comb through to build the compelling narratives viewers see each week. The behind-the-scenes crew waits for just the right moment, sometimes for hours or days, to get that perfect shot. It's a painstaking process that results in the adrenaline-fueled viewing experience fans have come to love. Villains on the high seas. No great drama is complete without a villain, and Deadliest Catch is no exception. While all the captains and crew share the same goal, catching crabs in deadly conditions, the producers often highlight rivalries and personality clashes to enhance the show's storytelling. This creates a familiar dynamic of heroes versus antagonists, even if everyone is essentially just trying to survive. Captain Keith Colburn was one of the early figures painted as a bad guy, but he was eventually overshadowed by Captain Elliot Nice, whose volatile personality and combative nature made him the perfect antagonist. Discovery Channel leaned into this narrative, framing Nice as the rebellious, unpredictable foil to more stoic captains like Sig Hansen and Bill Wichrowski. While it made for compelling television, not all fans were happy with the dramatization, arguing that it sometimes distorted reality. The rise and fall of Elliot Nice. Captain Elliot Nice was a lightning rod for controversy. Known for his frequent outbursts and ongoing disputes with fellow crew members, he quickly became one of the show's most talked-about personalities. However, his dramatic exit from the show in Season 11 raised eyebrows. Initially framed as a personal decision to leave the boat, it was later revealed that Nice was battling addiction and had entered rehab to seek help. After his departure, Nice maintained a low profile, but occasionally resurfaced on social media to update fans. In 2017, he proudly announced 90 days of sobriety, though this also hinted at a previous relapse. His journey took a darker turn in 2022 when legal documents confirmed that he had been sentenced to 30 months in Sheridan Federal Prison in Oregon. The charges stemmed from his involvement in a large heroin distribution operation on Alaska's Kenai Peninsula. As of August 2023, his expected release date was listed as July 22, 2024. While some fans have distanced themselves from the troubled captain, others still hope he finds redemption. Unfortunately, with further charges looming and a potential sentence of up to 40 years, Nice's future remains uncertain. Legal storms, the Hillstrand fallout. Fame can be a double-edged sword. After their rise to stardom on Deadliest Catch, the Hillstrand brothers, Jonathan and Andy, were offered their own spin-off series titled Hill Stranded in 2010. The opportunity should have been a career high, but it ended in disaster. After filming wrapped, Discovery requested that the brothers return to the studio to record voiceovers and finalize editing. The brothers refused, reportedly due to creative differences, prompting Discovery to sue them for $3 million. Feeling betrayed, they abruptly left the show, taking Captain Sig Hansen with them in protest. The lawsuit made headlines, and although it was eventually resolved, it left a bitter taste in the mouths of both fans and the network. Tragic losses. Crew and crewmen gone too soon. The dangers of crab fishing are not confined to the sea. Deadliest Catch has endured the heartbreaking loss of several cast and crew members, both on and off the water. One of the most shocking tragedies involved Joseph McMahon, a producer and director on the show, who was shot and killed outside his home. The motive behind the killing remains murky, especially since the shooter later died by suicide before police could investigate further. Then, there was Nick McGlashan, a beloved deckhand on the Summer Bay, and a fixture on the show for 78 episodes. Born into a long line of fishermen, McGlashan began working on the Bering Sea at just 13 years old. Despite his professional success, he struggled with addiction for years. Tragically, at the age of 33, he died of an overdose in a Nashville hotel room. Another loss that stunned fans was Todd Kuttner, a well-liked crew member on the FV Patricia Lee. In season 16, it was revealed that Todd had died following a fatal accident on board the vessel in February 2021. At just 30 years old, his untimely death underscored the very real dangers of life at sea. Getting licensed, easier than you'd think. Many viewers assume that becoming a crab fisherman in Alaska requires years of training and expertise. Surprisingly, that's not the case. In Alaska, anyone can become a commercial fisherman simply by purchasing a license, which costs around $200. No formal training or certification is required. While this makes it accessible for newcomers looking to enter the industry, it also raises concerns. In life-threatening conditions, one would hope that every crew member is highly trained and experienced. Yet, the ease of obtaining a license means that some greenhorns set sail with little more than enthusiasm and luck. It might make for compelling TV, but it's a risky reality for those actually living it. Captain Sig Hansen's heart scares. Sig Hansen, one of the most iconic figures on Deadliest Catch, has faced terrifying health challenges in recent years. In season 15, he revealed that he had suffered a slight heart attack, his second cardiac event in just a few years. The first occurred on camera in 2016, adding another layer of intensity to the show. The second incident happened while he was driving through Seattle with his wife. After taking antibiotics for a sinus infection, Sig experienced swelling and rushed to the hospital. A nurse administered an EpiPen, but it triggered chest pain and cardiac arrest. Despite his resilience, fans voiced concern, urging him to step away from the demanding job. While his daughter Mandy has since taken the reins of the Northwestern, Sig remains closely involved with the show, though more mindful of his health. Freddy Matai, fighter on and off the boat. Freddy Matai, known for his tough exterior and no-nonsense attitude, once had aspirations far beyond crab fishing. In 2011, TMZ reported that Freddy got into a physical altercation with a husband and wife, claiming self-defense. According to reports, he held the husband down and shoved the wife away. Though no charges stuck, Freddy was later dismissed from the show for unrelated reasons. With his strong build and fast reflexes, fans speculated that Freddy could have pursued a career in cage fighting. Given his tenacity, it wouldn't have been surprising to see him in the ring rather than on deck. A love-hate relationship with fame. While many reality TV stars relish the attention that comes with fame, Elliot Nice appeared to struggle with it. Despite having a loyal fan base, his interactions on social media often did more harm than good. Known for clashing with followers, even those defending him, Nice became increasingly isolated. In 2015, an online petition called for his removal from the show, highlighting how divisive his presence had become. While he insists the show's portrayal of him is unfair, many fans feel he did little to help his own case. Regardless of where one stands, Nice's story remains one of the most polarizing in Deadliest Catch history. Deep things you didn't know about Maria Dossel on Deadliest Catch. When season 16 of Deadliest Catch premiered, viewers were met with an unexpected and refreshing surprise. A new face aboard the Cornelia Marie, and this time it was a woman. Maria Dossel, a native of King Cove, Alaska, made her debut as a deckhand during the 2019 snow crab season, also referred to as Opies. Her presence immediately stood out, not just because she was breaking gender norms in one of the world's most dangerous professions, but also because of her impressive work ethic and seamless integration with the crew. Maria joined Captain Josh Harris and his team at the start of the Opelio crab fishing season in October. Though the Cornelia Marie had seen many skilled deckhands over the years, Maria quickly made a name for herself. Fans were quick to praise her grit and determination, with one viewer commenting, "She is one tough lady. I think she's going to make the Cornelia Marie more interesting to watch." Her interactions with the male crew members have been noted for their professionalism and camaraderie, offering a new dynamic to the show that many viewers find refreshing and empowering. According to her public social media profiles, Maria began her commercial fishing career in June 2015 aboard the FV Pacific Quest. 2 years later, in August 2017, she moved to the FV Nicholas Michael, continuing to build experience and credibility in the industry. By the time she was recruited to join the Cornelia Marie, she had already proven herself to be more than capable of handling the demands of life at sea. Captain Josh Harris described Maria as a badass chick with years of experience, saying, "She knows exactly what she's doing, and honestly, she could probably teach some of the guys a thing or two." During the season premiere, it was clear she wasn't there to prove herself. She was already the real deal. Maria also shared her excitement about being part of the long-running Discovery Channel series. In an Instagram post from April 11th, she teased her appearance on Deadliest Catch, writing that it just so happened the boat she was working on, the Cornelia Marie, would be featured on the show. She included a carousel of behind-the-scenes photos taken aboard the vessel, giving fans a glimpse into her life on deck. In May of the same year, Maria gave a heartfelt shout-out to her boyfriend after sustaining a foot injury, thanking him for his support during recovery. The moment showed a softer side to the rugged deckhand, reminding fans that behind her strength lies a very human story. Maria's love life. Maria is one of many stars who likes to keep her personal life under wraps, preferring to let her work speak for itself, rather than the headlines about her relationships. Still, despite her quiet nature, a few details about her love life have made their way into the public eye over the years. Before joining Deadliest Catch, Maria had been in a relationship with Ryan McDonald, a seasoned fisherman known in his local Alaskan community. The couple dated for at least 18 months, often appearing in affectionate snapshots across Maria's social media accounts. Their bond seemed genuine, built on shared values and a mutual love for the ocean. However, their relationship began to strain just as Maria started her journey on Deadliest Catch. The long filming schedules, remote locations, and the intensity of the show eventually took their toll. By the time the cameras started rolling, the pair had quietly parted ways. Fortunately, heartbreak didn't hold Maria back for long. She eventually found love again, this time with Mark Schwantes, a man who may not haul crab pots for a living, but shares her adventurous spirit. Mark is more at home in the woods than on a boat, and his appreciation for the outdoors quickly connected him with Maria's lifestyle. Their relationship blossomed, grounded in their shared love for nature, simplicity, and solitude. In 2020, Maria and Mark welcomed their first child, a daughter named Hazel. Becoming a mother added a new layer to Maria's life, giving her a deeper sense of purpose and joy. Although she rarely posts about her family these days, it's clear that Maria has found a sense of balance between her demanding career and her fulfilling personal life. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another of our interesting videos before you leave.